Trying while I'm just doing all the noises and shit in there. Hey! CoCo be going live. 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 CoCo be going live.
Episode 89, y'all. What is good? Y'all, I got some special guests in the building. I got some people. Wait, no. Only one person in here who's been here before. I have another person who's worked behind the scenes with me before. And then the other person I've known since I was in elementary school.
Oh, man.
So there's a little bit of history in the room right now. I got Roger from, I want to say Cheney Productions. But is that not accurate?
It's Cheney Entertainment.
Cheney Entertainment.
Yeah, that's accurate.
He was here when he promoted
The Truth
Before Say I Do.
Yeah.
And now he's here to promote his new web series, Uprising, and Jeremy worked on it as well. Jeremy worked behind the scenes on one of my podcast episodes that's up on YouTube. We did that last year. And then we have Taj, who's one of the actors in the web series, who I've known since I was a kid. So it's like, family in the building right now. How are y'all doing?
I'm good. I'm just, I'm getting adjusted to the fall. I hate this time of year. But
Why is it?
I don't know. It's every year it's like fall, winter. I just hate it. I don't know. I get in this mood where I'm just like, I have to make myself get up and be motivated. And everybody else I see posting stats, oh, it's fall weather. I'm like, okay, crap.
You want to know what's interesting to me? It said historically that this time of the year is difficult for a lot of black people. Mm-hmm. And I think that, I don't know the complete reason behind it.
Right.
Of course. Say that again.
Like the sun and like the fruit and everything.
That and
it
then
is
I also
something called seasonal affective disorder too, and that's a real disorder what people suffer with during the fall and through the winter months with depression and anxiety and all types of things like that.
Right.
Facts.
And white people love it. And it's like, they be
running with their shirt off.
They be ready.
Yeah.
They be ready for that pumpkin spice lattes and for them sweaters and shit. I be like,
4 in the morning, like, how many cups?
I want to keep my tank tops and shorts on all year. Like, I'm a summer girl. Like, I love being, I would much rather be hot than cold.
I respect that because I'm definitely not, this weather here, man, I hate it. I'm just looking ahead already for when it warms up, So I'm like,
and time change hasn't even happened yet. It's gonna be 4:30 and dark outside. I hate that.
Yeah. And my dog gonna go outside.
Yeah.
Too cold.
Right. Because at night, really, because you're not gonna go to bed till what, 9, 10 o'clock at night. So you still got 5, 6 more hours that you gotta try to be productive and do things with your life, and you don't be wanting to do nothing. You just want to get in the bed, sit on the couch. So, what's new, guys? You have this new web series, Uprising. I saw the trailer.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that was actually like part of the first episode with Taj and Brittany Lynn, and also the sister Darren McKinney is in there as well.
I know Darian. I also grew up with too.
Yeah.
So I know Darian. Okay. Yeah, we go way back. Like we've known each other since we were little girls. I think before I knew Taj.
We just met her on this project, but it's been great working with her. It's always good on this level when you just, on the independent level and meet good people of that nature and you working with them, that's always a good thing. So it's like, it's hard to find people to, collab with that's willing to put the best work forward and try to do what they can and actually get into the scene. One scene in particular was the nightgown scene. I'm like, we got to it.
Are y'all having sex?
No, that's his sister. I hope not.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we in Alabama, but we ain't integrated. But no,
I'm weak.
But she had the nightgown scene, that thing going, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, hold up, you ain't got nothing up under that? She's like, no. I'm like, oh.
That's that comfortable.
Yeah, she got into it. She said, if I'm gonna have a nightgown, if I'm gonna have my robe on, if I'm gonna have a robe on, I guess I'm gonna do.
Why you asked if there was anything up under it though?
Because I was curious. Because she, you know what I'm saying, like
the ass was jiggling a lot.
No. She was bending down, getting stuff, and I just wanted to make sure, we ain't trying to,
I wasn't looking. I'm telling my wife now. I wasn't looking.
Yeah, I had no choice. I was behind camera, so I had to make sure everything was right. But she was getting bent down, like, I just wanted to make sure. We protected our actress on set. We don't need none of this stuff going on around there. Just the Me Too movement strong.
Oh my goodness.
And I just want to make sure nothing comes out that involves us.
I appreciate you taking the taking a shot for that.
So how many episodes are in this web series?
How many you think we're gonna be around about?
Oh, y'all don't know yet?
Man,
Y'all still chopping it up?
We got the first 4 or 5 edits.
Yeah, we got the first 4 or 5 edits.
Wait, are y'all done filming it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're done.
Okay, so you're done filming it, you just still editing. Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to break down to match like
Right,
which scene should go with which scene and which one should go better to like tell the story as it goes on. Because we want to kind of bridge the gap between the first couple of people and the first couple of scenes so they can actually get to know them and then get deep into their personal life and then at the end see how they overcome all their mental issues and stuff. So it's just trying to bridge it all together.
Okay. So like you said, I watched the trailer or the first part of the first episode and I see your and I don't know the character's name, so forgive me.
Philip.
Okay, so Philip and then Philip's sister who's played by Darian, what's her name?
Penelope.
Yeah.
He called her P.
Who the hell has what black girl's name Penelope in 2019?
I mean, it's a lot. When you get deeper,
She had
it's
white
way
hair.
beyond this show. It's just different. I chose names for reasons of, hidden messages, which later on, we'll do something about that. But Penelope and Brittany's character
It's Rosie.
Yeah.
Rosie. I love that name, Rosie. Okay, so I saw you and Penelope, or Philip and Penelope, kind of having a conversation / argument, sort of, at home, and then it transitions to you being out jogging and seeing Rosie, who was about to commit suicide and jump off the bridge. So, what made you guys decide to tackle mental health issues?
It gets ignored. I know a lot of people been saying that lately. Like, black people have a lot of issues in their community, but that's true. Like, growing up, like, we used to see, we had them crazy uncles, aunties that we didn't really know. We were just like, what's going on with this? Like, why is this normal? And then we would like normalize it and make it seem like it's okay and stuff like that. So now that I'm older, I definitely see like, hold up, that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff that I saw back then is like, hold up now, it's like
you knew something was off, but you didn't know how to define it or explain it.
Even in the neighborhood, just different people in the neighborhoods and stuff like that everybody knew would be in this house, and they were like, that's the person you don't mess with, you don't go to that person's house or whatever the case may be. But they was just ignored. Their issues was ignored, I guess, and they didn't get the proper help. So this show is not just talking about it, but it's just showing that his character, which is Philip, which kind of is her aid, her help, guides her through, gives her motivation, and shows the care.
Okay.
And I will give the background on Penelope.
Yeah, because I need to understand that name.
Okay, the name Penelope came from, and that message in that is like, the Greek goddess Penelope came. She was loyal to her husband who was gone 20 years. So his sister,
she's in a relationship with a man who's locked up for 20 years in jail.
Right.
Okay.
So it's just messages that I want, different things like that. That was her whole thing. She stayed loyal to him, but Greek goddess Penelope, her husband wasn't looked at as a bad figure. He just was off, in war or whatever. But this guy's in prison, and he questions, why are you loyal to a guy that's been in, that was selling drugs and got locked up, and he's gone. He didn't put your family, he didn't put you first by trying to get a job or whatever the case may be to provide other ways besides selling drugs. So that's what he questions her about on that scene right there.
Right.
So they probably didn't know why I named it Penelope either, but that was just.
That's news to me. I like it though.
Yeah.
And like
that's a good story.
Building off of like what Roger was saying, like mental illness is just so much more complex than what we're taught. You know what I mean? So it's even the people that, not just the guy down the street, but the people in your household, it's just a chemical imbalance in the brain. So everybody's dealing with something, but we just really need to start addressing it now that we're in, each generation gets more and more expressive. And ours is now at the point where we can put that stuff out there and study that stuff and be comfortable with it because, like our moms, dads, grandparents, they were like, we got to hold it together, especially coming from like civil rights. Like in slavery, you couldn't really express yourself like that.
Right,
it was
absolutely.
a weakness, so it's just way more complex than what we know.
Right.
Jeremy, tell me what your role in this production. What all were? I know you were filming, right? What else did you have to do? Because I know you did more than just the filming.
Well, I guess I was the filming, I was directing, trying to, I guess, guide everybody to be on the same page and get everybody along. I'm the editor.
That's a lot of the work, for real.
Yeah. And I brought like some people in, like for stuff we need. I got us an audio guy. So basically, I just kind of took my production company, that is a LLC, and we got insurance. So if anybody wants to hire me.
Growing up, when I was younger or whatever, and they got overlooked, or people just say, be strong, you know what I'm saying? No, you know, or just tell them, hey, you get over it. Go drink some coffee or some Coke or something. You'll be all right. But now it's just
Coke
like,
helps?
No, it don't. No, none of that.
I didn't know you were talking about the powder or the drink.
Oh, no. Some people did run to that. Neither one. Yeah, right. Neither one. But it's like, you know, growing up, they ignored it, man. It's like, now we're in the age where we need to focus. We are fully knowledgeable to what's going on in the world, and with social media, I ain't gonna lie, social media could be a good and a bad thing, but it's a good thing when it comes to putting out information. Like everyone saying, oh, I went through this. Now you like, people open up and say, man, I did too. And they talk about things and they can admit to their problems. So many people in the black community suffer from different mental illnesses, and we don't want to take it serious, or we don't want to admit to it, because like, I don't want people thinking I'm crazy or talking about me, but it's not, man. Like, we need to talk about these things, because if you talk about it, you'll realize the person next to you that you may look up to or see as a mentor might be going through or went through the same issues as you. So I want to put out a project that not only talked about it, but showed someone, which was Taj's character played Philip, helping a character that's dealing with mental issues. And it's like, all it takes is sometimes somebody to just do something to, like, okay, it throws you like, why is this person helping me? Yeah, you know. So that's basically where I wanted to be with that.
Okay.
And I wrote it, produced it, and Jeremy directed it, and he's doing the editing.
When did you guys start working on the project? Like, when was the beginning?
When was that?
Todd?
It should be easy to say.
Don't put that on it.
It should be easy because
was this your concept?
No, it was his.
Okay.
We did it fast. We filmed it fast though.
Yeah.
It was like August, right?
No, it wasn't that early, was it?
September.
Do you guys have a script?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys memorize the script and film it all like within a couple of days? Mm-hmm. Wow. To me, the line memorization is always what's impressive to me.
Right.
Because I'm just like, I can't.
They do good at it, because sometimes I'm like, damn, I wrote that. I wrote
That's
this.
not gonna be good right
I was like, damn, did I write? I go back, hold up.
I would've got hard on that one.
52 pages. Oh, I did right there. Okay, that's good.
That's
B-Lin for, all the rehearsals and everything.
Yes, B-Lin is very talented.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, that's my girl.
They kicked it off the top, which was like, man, when I saw that, when they met and they started talking, I was like, oh man, I was like, damn, how long y'all know each other? Then they just met, so it was like the chemistry was important, especially for those two. They had to get it right, you know. But everybody loves Ty. It's hard not to get along with Ty, you know. That's everybody like Ty. They draw.
Why does everybody like Taj? Let's get into that.
Y'all tell me.
I mean, personally, I think
he's a very likable person. He's very cool.
He has a good spirit, and he's a genuine person. To me, I feel like he's genuine. I feel like he's a real person, and he's easy to talk to. And even if he don't agree with a lot of stuff, it's a way he'll come, say it to you in a way where he tells you, like, he's not gonna not tell you, which I respect that. I rather him tell me what's going on and not holding back, because we want to all win. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure it's the right way. I guess.
Come on, Todd. Chill out. Nah, Todd, I guess the way he takes his professionalism seriously is one of the things that kind of draw me into his kind of acting and his filming. Because when we was back there, Todd was in my ear. He was like, hey, we can do this shot. We got to go low. Then we got to come up. We got to start right here. And then you
sound like
go
someone
again.
who's a vet in the game.
Go
Okay, bring us some new level knowledge.
It's like, let me see it. Oh yeah, that's how I want it. You just be like, all right, Todd. Like, he brings that energy while you on there, and you just like, okay, he dope to work with. Somebody that's kind of like-minded.
Yeah.
Like when you get a whole bunch of like-minded people together, it just kind of feels fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like if you had the podcast people in there and everybody who enjoys it do it, y'all probably talk
And
about
they ain't just looking at you as competition. They not just looking at you as competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get in the room with people that do the same thing, and y'all can actually make something happen, but everybody's looking at you like, oh, you competition. Let me sit back. Let me just relax. You know what I'm saying? But when you get people in a room that's like trying to advance each other and do great things, then you like, okay, yeah, let me just ease up a little bit. Let me just talk. Let's see where we go with this. And that partnership is always good to have with people like that. It's hard to meet people like that. So it's like getting in the room. Like I said, Jeremy's the same way. So everybody's, you know, on the same page, man. Like, we just try to figure it out and just fix error as we go. Like, damn, we could have did this better. Everything, people be like, that's a good project, that's good, but we always looking at it like, nah, we're gonna do better. And to have people with the same drive and hunger, like.
So, from the last time you were here, it was for your film, The Shoot For I Say I Do.
Right.
And now you're doing your web series. So, what have you learned in between time?
Between time.
Just like professionally, and I mean, I guess it really in any kind of way.
You always look at the analytics of things just to see what people. Mostly me, my thing is in this whole thing is just to make sure we put out a project that's accepted by people. Because I can do something that I like, and it just be like, okay, that's trash, you know, for the people, or it's not the time for it. So it's certain things I had to learn the timing of it. Truth Before We Say I Do, that was like we had a break for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then we came with that, and that did really well. And then it's like, okay, let's just see what people are looking for. And at this time, I feel like this is the timing to put this out because so many people are suffering from different mental illnesses, depression, anxiety, and things that they're going through. And up close, I have seen people personally, they go through depression and they draw back and they just be to themselves. And the number one thing that they tell you is leave me alone, but truthfully, you don't leave them. You don't give up on them. And when they come out of that, and it might take, you don't never know when it is, but when they come out, they'll thank you thank you 10 times more than they push you away. So that's why I wanted to put this project out to show what his character was doing was he was always there. You know, she was hard at one point. Like, even when they first met, she was like, go away. But he just like, I'm not leaving. Like, damn, this a stranger. You know, but he didn't want her to, kill herself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Can y'all identify with having depression and anxiety at all?
Yeah, definitely.
And how did it affect you when you realized you had it?
I honestly, when I was going through my whole depression thing, I didn't realize I was like, really, it's like afterwards. Because I was always to myself, never wanted to be around people. And I'm like that anyway, just like try to be myself, because I'm always figuring out and thinking. But at this point, I wasn't even in the point of thinking. Like, I wasn't trying to create projects, trying to write, wasn't trying to do this. And then, this was back in 2011, I went through the hardest of it. And then I started, when I came out, I knew I was out because I wanted to write, and I wanted to create, and I wanted to do other things that was, common to me. But when I was going through it, it was like, my son was born, and I was like happy, but I wasn't enjoying the moments like I was supposed to be. It was like, so I had to figure out ways to do it, and then you look around and everybody's doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? I was in one point in my life, had this, had that, BMW, Explorer, money, and
you had all that?
Yeah, I was
big
20,
baller?
I was 20 at the
what
time.
Was you doing at 20 years old to be doing all that?
That's another show.
Oh, okay. Because I just want to know.
Another date but honestly, all that left, all that's gone, and then I got to a point where it was just like back to square one, and then you look around and there's nobody's around. So you realize, you have to dig yourself out of this hole, and the days seem so long of just that. So yeah, that's how I realized, but I didn't realize it till afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I started
when
writing.
You were working on yourself. You were trying to improve as a person.
Right.
Right.
And you don't always get it right when you're working on yourself. Some days you slip back into being uncomfortable with what you're dealing with. And then you be looking like, how the heck am I going to get out of this? Or how do I do this? So it's like the next year, that situation might come up and it's laughable at that point because it's like I done dealt with this 10 times worse.
Right.
And you build on what you used to, what you went through before. So at this point, it's like at this point in my life, I don't feel any situation, you know what I'm saying, like I don't want to put of course I don't put myself in a situation like to go to prison or anything like that, but things that's controllable, I just, I face it.
But you need to be willing to tell those stories though.
Right.
Like right now.
Yeah, I tell them.
I'm saying, like it makes, I feel like when people share their stories, it helps them become more relatable and people wanting to know, especially through your films and the projects that you work on, okay, how is he using his truth to give out this art? How is he turning this into a form of entertainment for other people?
Well, see, that I did tell the story on the documentary and that book that I wrote, but I'll tell you.
Go ahead and plug it.
I'll tell it again. The story is basically me. At this time, I was married. We talked about this last time.
We did talk about you being married last
I was divorced. I was going through a divorce afterwards. But at the time, I was married, and my son was on the way. And I'm trying to do right. You know what I'm saying? He got a place to my own. Got paying the rent, paying the bills, whatever the case may be. And I'm doing everything. And all of a sudden, somebody breaks in my home. You know what I'm saying? Where my wife and my soon-to-be kid will be at. So at this time, I saw, the person who, information gets around, and I acted out on that, who they told me it was. So, my homeboy at the time came over, and everything from there went downhill. I went to try to go retrieve my TV, my laptop, my computer with all our stuff that we had on it, our camera, we had everything on it, from pictures from baby shower and family moments, pictures that I won't get, back. But we went and I saw the TV, as they opened the door, they actually opened the door, and I saw the TV on the back where they had it, and it went from there. And then I was like, man, and they shut the door. As I'm going down, I got my gun on me, and they come back outside, and I'm walking down the steps, and he pulls his gun, he shoots at me and my homeboy, and he missed, and I shoot back up in defense of that shot. From there, it went to someone getting shot, which wasn't me or my homeboy, and I went through a whole 2 years, a year and a half of court cases. Finally, they just missed all the charges. But through that time...
What were the charges?
They got me for assault, first degree, and robbery, and burglary.
Anything on him?
Well, eventually they did. But they thought that how it was, like I told them, I was going to get my stuff back. So they charged me with burglary and robbery for trying to go get my stuff back that he took. So I don't know how the law works, but I figure since it's my stuff, I shouldn't be getting charged with trying to get my stuff back.
Of course.
But that went to a situation where it was like downhill. I went through court cases and...
So this is a while back.
Oh yeah, well the marriage went downhill from there, and my family, and all types of stuff just kind of went downhill. So I went to a place where I was just to myself. And during this court time, I'm just in and out of court. The only person I'm looking to see is my wife will be there, and I look around, the only person there is my homeboy and my grandma. You know what I'm saying? My grandma was the first person. I stayed in jail for... my bond was like $300,000, so I stayed in jail for like almost 2 weeks. And then when I got out at midnight, my grandma was there to pick me up. So I'll just remember the people, to not have your wife, but of course, I got out like 2 days before my son was born. So I had to go to the hospital 2 days later, and then, I'm in the moment of not really enjoying this moment.
Right.
But I was happy when he came, but I wasn't enjoying the full...
Did you resent her, your wife?
Yeah, I did. Not anymore, but I did because I felt like she didn't care. But
what was her reasoning? What was she saying?
We was going through a lot personally and before that, but I was trying to wrap it back around to getting right. We were young, so I was trying to wrap it around to getting things right, get the family back right. But it was just too late. It was too late, and then once that happened, that was just kind of like drew us further apart, because it was like for her, she didn't care too much, but I'm like, she even said it afterwards. Like after the whole thing was over, she just said she didn't care if I went to prison or not. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, your son's father's facing 40 years, you know. So, crazy.
Why are you shaking your head, Jeremy?
I don't know, man. 40 years, that's a while, man.
That is a long time.
Yeah, but for 3 charges of first degree assault. You know,
And they ended up dismissing it.
Yeah, it was a blessing.
That's a deep story, man.
I didn't want to go too deep. But
that's good. I tell people who want to come on this podcast, it's not, you have to be willing to tell your story.
Yeah,
you know, you trying to promote some content out there. People want to know who you are. And those are good stories to tell.
Right.
People are trying to figure out, okay, who is this person? And why do I want to know about the stories that he's telling?
Right. That's what I tell people. Like when I'm speaking to kids, I don't want to just tell them something just because I'm coming into a school like a pastor or a doctor, lawyer, and just trying to tell them something. Like I didn't have a straight path to get to where I'm at now. I had to, you know, I went the wrong way of certain times, and it's like that one part of my life wasn't like the only bump. I had bumps, you know, before the end. I chose to make the wrong decision. That time, I felt like I was just trying to be like, cause these dudes were gonna do it again.
Where are those guys at now? They still doing the same stuff. They in jail.
I know one of them probably dead, but I think it was 3 of them in all. You know what I'm saying? So my intentions was to kill them all. Honestly, because I felt like I was, you know, violated. That was my mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't trying to go in there to, I knew one thing about me, if I'm pulling a gun on somebody, it's not to show it. You know what I'm saying? You know, because one thing about it, my uncle taught me, having a gun, nobody should know you have a gun, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm pulling it, I'm using it. But they moved on, did what they had to do, and one of them I think, caught up with a situation with his girlfriend. He set her up, and something happened with that. You know, I don't know what was further on with the other 2, but the other one, it was crazy because we would go to court and he would be in the front, the few rolls up, and it's like at that moment I knew how it wasn't personal for him. It was just to get a TV because he didn't even know that he broke into my house.
Right.
He was in there for like other charges and other things that happened after that. Like so he was like, okay, he in here for what? So I'm listening to him tell his story. I mean, listening to call his charges out, and it had nothing to do with what was going on with me. So that's why I was like, hey, these just criminals. They don't really give a damn about me or whoever else. It's just what's next. I see this, I want it. You know.
So in the web series, in what ways do you show that Rosie is dealing with depression and anxiety? Like, how do people who are watching it know that?
I let them be done. I did enough little talking.
I let Taj handle that one.
I just gonna be like, I'm gonna pass the responsibility.
You know what I'm saying? Pass the ball.
Okay.
Without telling too much too early, he shows Rosie having mental breakdowns. Of course, she tried to commit suicide or whatnot, but she's also having mental. How can I say it without giving it away?
She has mental lapse, like.
Yeah. Like there's just gaps there where she's having experiences mentally that trigger her, you know, and there are kind of responses to a trigger. You just trauma that a lot of females deal with from abusive, both mental and physically abusive partners. Okay. You know what I mean? So she's experiencing that, and the thing that I like about her and Philip's relationship is that Philip is also dealing with his own stuff. And he's more so like the older. Because
you had a death.
Yeah.
Big death in the family.
Yeah, big one, right? And so like he's not exactly trying to deal with it, he's trying to avoid it. Like we're just talking about older generations, like trying to avoid it, avoid their problems. But you know how you can go through something, you can give the best advice in the world to all of your friends, but when it comes down to you,
you're not applying it to yourself.
You know what I mean? So like that's kind of like who Philip is, and how their relationship gets started, because when he gets with her or meets her from the get-go, from the jump, he's like able to see from outside the window instead of being in the house already. You know, being the subject of the situation, he's able to see it, and that helps him deal with his own stuff. So to answer your question, I think that that's kind of the stuff that Rosie's dealing with. They're dealing with a lot of the same stuff in a way.
Okay. Okay.
Good job.
Y'all are so funny. What else should people know about this web series? It releases on November 18th on the Cheney Facebook page. But what else should people know about the project that, you know, people may not know?
Well, also on your page. Tell me your page.
Alright, it's gonna be on my YouTube page, official JT Lee. Y'all can watch it there. Watch it as many times as y'all want.
Subscribe.
You know, have fun. No, you just
and hit that notification bell. Now that's what they saying.
Don't just watch it once. Watch it twice. Watch it with your mom. Watch it with your dad. Watch it with your little brother. You know, somebody.
Is it appropriate content for all ages?
Watch some episodes with your mom.
Yeah, we'll
some
put that.
episodes.
Some episodes you need to, you might go to your room.
Right. I may put like the mature thing just coming in.
Yeah, you may need to do that. Put that warning label.
It gets dark. It gets real dark on some of these scenes. Yeah.
Okay.
Watch it with your dog. It don't matter.
So JT Lee YouTube and then Cheney Facebook page is where it's gonna be available on November 18th. Right. And what else, Jeremy? You look like you were about to say something.
I wasn't really.
Oh, okay, my
I was
bad.
about to say follow me at Taj_A_Vine.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. All right. And then, Taj, you recently were just in a huge project too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it's not a project if it's a network television show. Tell the people about that. What you got going on?
I was on an episode of The Purge, season 2, episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's Gonna Be Fine. I was in a scene with one of my favorite actors, Derek Luke. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Derek Luke, Antoine Fisher.
That's right. Yeah.
Baby daddy.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I mean, that was pretty cool, man. It was. I'm not gonna lie. It was
Wow.
great.
Where did you guys film that at?
NOLA, New Orleans.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long was that? Like, what was that process like? Did you had to audition?
Yeah, I had audition.
How long was the audition process? Like, tell the people, because one of the things that and I mentioned this on the last episode was that. One of the things that I try to do is have conversations with other creatives who are, and providing content for listeners who are also wanting to get in the game as well, want to be actors, actresses, want to be in film, production, all that kind of stuff. So tell the people a little bit about like what that process is. You have to audition.
Well, I have terrific agents at People Store up in ATL, Tom, Jennifer, and Ryan. They sent me the breakdown. I automatically saw it. I was like, The Purge? Yeah, confirmed or whatever. And they sent me.
Wait, is this based off the movie? Because I never watched the movie, so okay.
Loosely, yeah. So it's the same concept, but you're seeing the entire year. So you see the Purge night, and then there's other stuff happening throughout the years.
Okay.
They send me the breakdown. I get the size. I immediately start learning my stuff, do my process. Then I learned in T-Saw, it's a chub up technique. It's just a 12-step process that helps you break down a role and learn more about the role and intertwine your personal self with that character. Just learn the size. I went down to New Orleans, auditioned in person, and then you just play the waiting game and bite your nails till you get a call. So I got the email, learned my lines again, just try to create more depth, read the entire script, and went and filmed it. And I looked on IMDb, I always do before I do the role, and I saw that Derek Luke was involved in the show, but I just never connected it. So I'm on set, and I'm in costume and everything. He just walks from around the corner, and I'm just like, wait a minute.
You got a little starstruck?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
It happens.
But I just try to play it cool, but I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I was a little nervous during the time, but I just came to do my job. That's why I prepared beforehand, so that I already had it down. And it turned out really good. I was happy to see
That's what's up. Yeah. So when does it premiere on USA Networks?
It premiered last week.
Oh, so it's already been on. Okay, so if people want to go back and watch it, then it's available.
Yeah, go
for
and watch
people to see. Oh, is this the first season of the show? Because I don't think I've heard. Okay, I don't really watch a lot of TV, and I never watched the Purge movies, so I guess I'm gonna have to get into it so I can see. So were you just in one episode, or you?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
Yeah. I ain't. Yeah.
We getting you there. It's gonna happen.
Something happened, but something happened on the episode, so I'm only on one.
Okay, gotcha. Well, do you guys have any other shows, projects, other things that you all are working on that you want to promote?
This show that we're working on in December. Yeah,
December.
December we'll start filming somewhere everybody can watch. So it's called Blended With You, sitcom web series. It's about a blended family, and my inspiration for this was I want to get back to having a lot of fun when I'm filming. Like, we had fun with this, but I really want to have a lot of fun and just laugh and joke.
You want the content to be more
Right,
fun,
right,
lighter.
there you go.
Okay.
And
Yeah, the last two projects I guess were kind of serious.
Yeah, and you have to figure out things because you have to figure something out in this one as well on Uprising.
Okay.
You know, that's why he said he couldn't tell
So
you
you like
too
to
much.
leave mysteries in there.
Sometimes, yeah, but lately
Or something
the
that
last
you
two.
still trying to figure out. Like you people are watching,
Right.
it's like something missing.
Yeah, and this with her is a lot missing, so that's why he couldn't really tell you. But it's gonna be interesting. But this Blended with You is about a blended family, and they just get together and you know the husband and wife marry, and they got different way of raising the kids, so they have to you know collab and kind of figure out something.
Is this based off of your
no,
life?
Oh no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. I based this off of a lot of the sitcoms that I like coming up, and I just look at comments and people be like, we need more shows like this, and I'm like, why the hell can't we? You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and do it, and give people something where it's like 10 years from now, it's like, man, we need more shows like this when they watching our show. So, My Wife and Kids was a good show. Family Matters, The Cosby's, all those were good shows. In what sense you was watching them for? So this is something that we all. Jeremy's a writer. A guy named Torrin Edwards is a writer, and a guy named Samuel is writing some of the episodes. So it's like 4 writers. This is my first time working with a whole bunch of writers.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's like each episode is different, and it's like we'll conference call and just.
Do you have women on the team now?
Do we have
I asked you
women
that
on
question
the
the last
team?
time you was here. You had 4 months.
Yeah, we do. I think.
Yeah,
We do.
yeah, we got women on the team. Like, I talk to my wife and get some ideas if that counts.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Something about making moves and stuff. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we got like we conversate with B. Lynn sometimes to ask her ideas of what she would do.
I'm talking about having women in the room helping make decisions.
Technically, yeah. Yeah. We got most. We got.
They over here trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Y'all trying.
We do technically.
Just trying to make the lie work.
Hold on. Are you willing?
Am I
We
willing to
tried. We
help?
asked that
Are
last
you
time.
willing?
She got her own.
But hold on. Last time, what did I do? I helped you get that
She
film.
did.
I helped you guys get it
Oh,
a
yeah.
screening
Oh, yeah, look.
within a couple of days.
And we in that same spot. I want to plug this. January we're gonna do a comedy show there.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
we'll do
really, really
something.
dope.
Yeah.
How are people gonna be able to enter into that the comedy show?
It'll be like we'll do like $5 or $7. We still haven't figured out pricing on tickets.
No, I'm saying like,
Oh, we talking
how
about.
have you decided
I'm
which
trying to
comedians are
find.
gonna
I
be in the show?
got. I know I got Brandon Gibbons. I saw his stand up. He's local guy. Brandon Gibbons. He's pretty good.
Okay.
But I'm trying to look
Detroit
for the,
Reed.
Well, we just. I had to look. I had to see because I want to
Okay.
make sure. You know, it
I'm just
fits.
throwing names out
I
there.
got you. I gotta check into that.
There's a girl who I know who just moved here. Her name's Tierra.
Okay, we check. I definitely want a female on the show. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have.
And you gonna do it at Lux?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys will continue to build that relationship over there.
Oh yeah, he's
Okay.
a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He liked the last movie, and you know, so we can continue to build from that. But I want people to laugh. And Jeremy wanted to put something together. Like you know, just gets something like we said. We want to have fun these next few projects, and you know what I'm saying. We had fun with this. I don't want to like, damn, they ain't have fun with this. They have fun with us. What a bummer. You know,
But Taj
that's how he talks.
But
What a
I look at
bummer.
Taj like a serious actor anyway. Like I think I've mainly seen you do things that are.
Oh, that's what people sleep on him at. He's done a lot of serious stuff, but he's all around good. You know what I'm saying? I tell him that all the time. Like he got the Jamie Foxx appeal.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So he can do comedy.
Foxx.
He can do comedy. And he can do a lot of stuff. That's why I like working with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I have to sit there and coach him and do all that type of stuff.
No, I am gonna say like I am waiting to get more comedic roles in film and TV too because I come from the theater, so I did a lot of comedy in theater. You
Shout
know
out
what I mean?
theater.
So,
I was in there.
yeah, so it's a matter of time.
Okay.
But yeah, we coming out with the show. The blended with you will be out in March, but we filming in December, and we got people from Atlanta, Atlanta all the way around, and then the kids. There's some talented kids in this show, so this will be the first time I work with this much talent for like branched out talent, like doing music, dance, all types of stuff.
Okay.
I've been doing some acting since
You're acting now, Jeremy?
2007 when I used to do theater stuff. I did a couple projects at Miles College for their theater program.
Yeah,
So, you know,
Yeah.
if Taj want to come out there, put a hat on, be an acting coach, be a director.
got
You know,
you,
we need some help out there.
Yeah.
Somebody want to help with the writing. I ain't still gonna ask my question. I ain't get an answer.
I mean, if I can, like, if I feel like there's a way in which I can be really resourceful, I will. I'm not a writer. I've never, I'm not saying that I can't do it. I'm just,
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's my area. So,
Yeah,
but if there's other things.
We do have a woman, Alicia Knox. Yeah, I just talked to her like 3 weeks ago. She said she's willing to get, and she's on the team. I forgot about it. My mind be gone. She's on the team. She is on the team.
They don't involve us, and they don't remember us.
Her foundation is also cool too. She got a foundation where she's gotta get damn. I hate plugging folks now in that foundation name, but she's gonna be out in Lynn Park November the 3rd, and she's gonna be collecting coats for the homeless. So yeah, that's what she do too.
Okay.
But you know people though, so I mean you could be like an advisor on.
For sure, I actually was just thinking. Well, you two are in there. Y'all are in the group channel I have. I mean, it's not a lot of people in there. I have a group of me that's for it. Why?
The mic ain't on him, so it's cool. Keep going.
I said I deleted the group thing. I took some apps, so I forgot about that.
Okay, well we'll get into that later.
I'll get back in it.
So is there anything you guys want to plug your social medias?
Taj _A_Vons on Instagram.
Yes.
_A_. Alright. TV.
Get off my boy.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Jeremy Lee. Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Jeremy Lee and Friends. I got a page. We probably like close to like 10,000 followers on that.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Cause he did his voice. Cause we cracking on him.
Yeah.
Because how he
We talk long.
Because how he be doing stuff like he need a theme music for his walk too. Like this dude be getting out of the car. Everything he do, he out there. I wanna be sexy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Taj know he good looking. He already know.
I'm like, dude, you just put deodorant on. Dude. You gotta do all that, bro. But yeah, he need his own theme music.
Let him be great.
But yeah, my Instagram Cheney_forever, and Facebook is just Cheney @Cheney, and I'm not doing too well on Twitter, so I'm not finna push that.
Well, I don't feel bad about that. Twitter is like kind of dying when it comes to engagement, so
Right.
don't feel a way about that because
So,
Anchor
Trump-
kind of sucks.
Trump tweet and go crazy.
That's the reason why the engagement is leaving, because of Trump. But
Well, yeah, I think that probably has a lot to do with it as well. All right, well, you guys already know what it is. You guys hit me up on Instagram, Twitter @IamTheRealCoCo.
Oh yeah, hold up now.
Uh-oh.
Congratulations to you, because I know you all I don't know what episode you was at when we was here, but you at 89 now. You almost at 100. I'm proud of you.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait till you get to 100, and then
It's gonna be a
celebrate.
celebration.
Most definitely, that's good. We need more women to be pushing content and telling stories and helping other black actors and talents get their situations out there. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you saying that, like, for real, because I feel like a lot of people don't realize that it takes a lot of work to do this.
Oh, yeah.
It really does, but I appreciate you saying that. But like I was saying, you guys hit me up on Instagram and Twitter @IamTheRealCoCo. Make sure you tell everybody about this podcast. It's CoCo's Tea. Find it on Twitter. Not Twitter. Find it on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, anywhere you listen to podcasts. And we're on YouTube now, so go ahead and check it out there. And if you guys want to contribute to the podcast, go to anchor.fm/CoCo's Tea. Help a sister out. Give me some coins so I can keep doing this, alright? Thank you guys for listening.
Trying to run just doing all the noises and shit in there.